Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Book It Better Wrestling Show. I am your host with the most, Max Whitman. This is WWF 1994. I should click run show here so we don't spoil the show before I pop it up. I was ill prepared for the start of this episode, which is strange because I started the episode. That behind us, we are week 2 of December 1994. Chris Jericho, our world champion. HBK, the Intercontinental Champion. Our storylines building heat, gaining momentum. We're running headlong into In Your House 1994, the final pay-per-view of 1994. Followed immediately by my favorite, the Royal Rumble 1995. So we've almost made it through the end of the year. We'll jump right in to start our show here. We're going to open it up. Yet another 100 rated angle. These boys are stealing the show. We get a freestyle segment here. I'm going to read what happens. Basically, HBK is out to the ring. He's cutting a promo about being called a scrub. HBK says that anybody who knows the Heartbreak Kid knows I am anything but a scrub. I can't do the Shawn Michaels voice. I can pull off a few of them. I can pull off the Think. I can pull off quite a few. I can't do HBK. He's got that little bit of rasp in his voice there. Long story short, he's out in the ring saying he is the Intercontinental Champion. He is anything but a scrub. And anybody who watches him perform knows that he is the greatest performer in the world. Anything but a scrub. Far from a scrub. To that, both Diesel and Razor make their way to the ring. They're coming out together here. They both come out and they say that if HBK is no scrub, why not defend that title against both of them in another triple threat match? They had a classic triple threat match just a few months ago. Why not put it back on the line in another triple threat? HBK, you can see it in his face. He's looking for a way out. He doesn't want to do it. But Diesel and Razor have weaseled him into a corner. They've put him in a position where he's spoken a big game. He needs to prove he's not a scrub. He sees no way out of the situation, so he says, if Diesel and Razor can win a tag team match tonight against him and his mystery opponent, his mystery partner, then he will give them the triple threat match at In Your House. Diesel and Razor smile, they're happy with this, and they say, you're on. That is our main event for tonight's show. We score 100. It's our third 100-rated segment in 2 shows. Let's see, what did we get? Yeah, Razor Ramon improvised well. Diesel improvised well. HBK improvised well. Segment HBK vs. Diesel storyline advances, picks up heat. We go to our next segment here. This is a segment featuring Sid Vicious and Adam Bomb, and it scores way better than I thought it would. It gets a 92. Holy hell. Sid Vicious did not do well without a script. Adam Bomb was very underwhelming. So Sid Vicious is working here without a script. Could you imagine if I scripted him? It might be another 100. Again, I'm going to have to read you this one. It's real simple. Sid and Adam Bomb are backstage. Sid is becoming more and more paranoid. He doesn't seem to be able to trust anybody, and he sort of tells Adam Bomb, after losing the titles, he just doesn't know if he can even trust him anymore. He can't trust anyone. Bomb's trying to calm him down, relax, hang out, it's fine, but Sid is becoming increasingly more paranoid. To our next segment, scores an 85, another good one here. And again, I'll read what's going on here. It's Jericho and Tatanka, but Jericho is out to the ring. He's cutting a promo saying he is not afraid of The Undertaker. He's the youngest champ in history. He is practically a legend. He's not worried about The Undertaker because The Undertaker is 2 months away. He wants to know who his opponent is at In Your House in 2 weeks. That's what he's out here for. He wants to know who his opponent is. Tatanka's music hits. Tatanka out to the ring. And he's going to make the challenge. He's going to say, since nobody else has made their way out, nobody else has decided to do it, he will challenge Chris Jericho. and smack the arrogance out of his mouth. He's sick and tired. He's been backstage, and he's been sick and tired for the last 2 weeks. All anyone backstage can hear is how Chris Jericho is the youngest world champion in history. Well, he's tired of Jericho running his mouth, and he's going to put some sense into him at In Your House. Jericho's going to laugh at him. Says, I could beat Tatanka in less than 10 minutes. What kind of main event is that for the final pay-per-view of the year? When he mops the floor with Tatanka. Tatanka says, well, if that's the case, let's do it right now. Right here, right now, tonight. I'm throwing my pen. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but that was my pen crashing to the ground over here. Tatanka says, right here, right now, at the Nassau Coliseum in front of 12,000 people, if Chris Jericho cannot beat Tatanka in less than 10 minutes, then Tatanka will get his world title shot at In Your House. Jericho laughs once again, agrees, and the match is on. We move into our match here. Tatanka versus Chris Jericho in a decent match. Tatanka draws with Chris Jericho in 10 minutes and 15 seconds. It says following a double countout. That's not what happened. I should have said it. I don't know why I didn't set the time limit finish. But we run out of time. So Jericho fails to defeat Tatanka in the allotted time. Jericho, it's a back and forth battle. Tatanka doing really well. Not mopping the floor with Jericho, but doing well. Getting his offense in. Last minute of the match, Jericho makes a reversal, locks in the walls of Jericho. Tatanka fighting, manages to hold on, does not tap out. The time limit expires. Jericho is furious, and Tatanka earns his way into the main event of In Your House. Chris Jericho's first title defense will be against Tatanka at In Your House December. Jericho performance is 77. Tatanka a 67. Two storylines advance here. Jericho Taker, Tatanka Lawler. They both advance here. Not a bad match. 74. I'm hoping that the match at In Your House is better than that. I got a couple matches, and we'll actually find out at the end of the thing. But I don't want to spoil anything. After seeing the 74, I don't know. It may or may not main event the show. I lean towards not. But I really don't like. I don't like putting the world title anywhere other than the main event. But given the competitors, I may bump the world title to the semi-main and have the Intercontinental title main event, which is ultimately the goal anyway, is for either one of those titles to be able to main event a show. But we'll see. We got 2 weeks before we get there. But I don't know that I want to put a 74 rated match in the main event when I know my Intercontinental title match is going to be better. But I don't want to get too far and spoil the Intercontinental match. We'll find out at the end of this show. Here we get the Dog Pound versus the Heavenly Bodies. Scores a 70. Really not too bad. Rick Steiner defeats Tom Pritchard. Junkyard Dog pulls a 68. Steiner a 71. And then a 42 and a 52 for the Heavenly Bodies. The Hart-Steiner storyline advances with this segment, loses heat. I gotta get Jim Ross out of that storyline because it keeps affecting. I didn't really want this one to affect the storyline, but it does. Not a terrible match, 70 rated grade. It's just a way for the Dog Pound to pick up a victory, keep their momentum up a little bit. After the match, Owen Hart and Jim Neidhart hit the ring. The Harts attack the ring. The Dog Pound fights them off. So the Hart Foundation hits the ring. They're looking to attack the Dog Pound. The Dog Pound's going to fight them off. They're going to get the upper hand and send the Hart Foundation back up the ramp. Gain a little bit of heat for our Harts versus Steiner storyline. Just a basic attack and fight off kind of story here, kind of segment here. And to our main event, it's an 82 rated match. Shawn Michaels announces Bam Bam Bigelow is his partner. A bout that has superb wrestling and good heat. Razor Ramon and Diesel defeat Shawn Michaels and Bam Bam Bigelow when Bam Bam Bigelow was disqualified while fighting Razor Ramon. So what happens in this match? HBK and Bam Bam, they got the upper hand here. Bam Bam Bigelow's going to lose his temper, grabs a chair, and attacks Razor Ramon with it. Razor was kind of goading him and baiting him all match, trying to get him to get to, he's really, poking the eyes and really kind of baiting Bam Bam's temper. Finally, Bam Bam loses it, grabs the chair, gets disqualified, and HBK will have to face both Razor and Diesel in a triple threat match once again at In Your House in 2 weeks' time for the Intercontinental title. HBK furious after this match. What do we got? We got a couple of 90s here. Michaels 93, Diesel 91, and Razor 93. So Bam Bam gets disqualified. Michaels is furious here, and after the segment, HBK is furious, hits the sweet chin music on Bam Bam, while Diesel and Razor laugh their way back up the ramp. Razor was superb, broken out script, okay. And that's going to be our show. So that's how we end our show. We end it with HBK laying out Diesel with the sweet chin music in retribution for Bam Bam costing him the title. Not costing him the title, costing him the match. And we get our main event and our semi-main event of In Your House set. So Tatanka will challenge for the world title, and HBK will defend the Intercontinental title against Diesel and Razor Ramon. So that's the match that I think I'm going to put in the main event. I don't really see how you can justify, other than the world title, I don't see how I can justify main eventing Jericho Tatanka when I've got a triple threat match that's already scored in 87 3 months ago. So this will likely be the main event, but we'll see. End the show here. We got our final grade in 87, another strong show. We're really picking up steam and heading on into In Your House. I'm excited for that pay-per-view. I actually wasn't sure that it'd be a really strong pay-per-view. When I initially booked that pay-per-view out, it wasn't looking too strong. We've since made a couple of small tweaks. It's looking good. The heat on the storylines is there. I really think we got potential to have a good In Your House, but more importantly, a really good Royal Rumble with these storylines picking up the kind of heat they've got. So, that's our show. It's in 87. Thank you for sitting down. Thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing. If you happen to hit that subscribe button on this episode, welcome to the Book It Better channel. If you're new here, go ahead back, check out all the rest of our stuff. It's all good, and I know it's good because I made it. And everything I make is good. And when I'm right, I'm right. I just am, But it's been a pleasure to sit down with you tonight. I know it's been a pleasure for you to sit down with me. Look at that straight-up heel. Join us next time. Join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on the Book It Better channel. You can hear my fantastically wonderful, soothing voice coming into your headphones every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, folks, thank you for sitting down. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking this ride with us on the Book It Better train. Thank you for being with us from day one. If you've been with us from day one, there are a couple of you that are still commenting. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's enough thank yous. Join us next time, folks. I appreciate you checking in, and I will see you when I see you.